Tejasvi Surya.
Thank you, Speaker, sir. You have given me an opportunity to speak in this very important debate. Speaker, sir, today is truly a historic day because finally, the women of India who have been waiting for almost 40 years for their right, for their due to participate in the national policy-making process will finally get their share. The Narendra Modi government, by the 3 bills that have now been introduced, is not only going to fast-track the Women's Reservation Bill and its applicability from 2029, it is also going to write a new chapter in the development journey of India by for the first time giving the Nari Shakti of this country a vocal, visible, credible, tangible representation in the nation-building process. I would want to, on behalf of all the women of this country, congratulate and thank Prime Minister Narendra Modi for these 3 very important and historic bills that are fast-tracking, catalyzing the participation of women in the country's politics. Speaker, sir, the journey of the Women Representation Bill, the Women Reservation Bill that started in 1996 and is finally now seeing fruition in 2026. This 30-year journey has seen a checkered history. At least a half a dozen times, the bill was introduced, and on one pretext or the other, especially parties who are now in the opposition, delayed, disrupted, and ensured that the bill does not see the light of day. We still remember when earlier the bill was introduced in the earlier government's tenure, leaders from Samajwadi Party and the RJD tore up the bill in this house and said this women reservation bill will pass only over my dead body. The country remembers this kind of emphatic opposition that they gave to the women reservation bill at that time. ये अटके रहा था, 30 साल के लिए अटके रहा था। आज नारी शक्ति वंदन अधिनियम जो पारित हुआ है, वो सिर्फ और सिर्फ भारतीय जनता पार्टी और नरेंद्र मोदी जी के कारण से वो पारित हो चुका है। अध्यक्ष जी, even today, the opposition has now come up with a new argument, a new pretext to further stall and further disturb and oppose the application of the Women Reservation Bill. And the new pretext that they have come up with is this vacuous opposition, this baseless opposition to the delimitation exercise. When the Nari Shakti Adhiniyam was passed in 2023, and it was passed unanimously, all political parties agreed that the Nari Shakti Vandan Adhiniyam, the Women Reservation Bill, will be applicable after the census and a delimitation is undertaken. This is the mandate of the Constitution that everybody voted for. Today, the opposition has taken a U-turn. They are now opposing the fast-tracking of this bill in the 2029 elections and saying we want to oppose this because we don't want the delimitation exercise to take place. I come from the south of the country, the southern state of Karnataka, Speaker, sir, just like you represent from Kerala. Speaker, sir, over the last 3 days, we have seen a systematic misleading and propaganda by certain members of the opposition in the most irresponsible, anarchic fashion to mislead the people in the south of India. Let me make it very clear. If at all there was anything, even an ounce of injustice that the proposals that the government has brought to the parliament, even if there was an ounce of injustice to the south of India, I as a proud Kannadiga would have been the first to oppose such kind of a proposal. I have gone through the proposal that the government of India has brought, the Modi government has brought. I am saying this not as a member of the BJP, but I am saying this after thoroughly examining all the three proposals, that other than the practical proposal that the Modi government has brought for delimitation of seats in the country, the south of India and the smaller states of India that have controlled our population, we could not have got a better deal than this. This is the best deal that the Narendra Modi government has provided. Very briefly, I want to explain to you, through you to the House and the country, Speaker, sir, the constitutional framework that governs the delimitation exercise. My learned friend Gaurav Gogoiji was in his speech mentioning that we are bringing the delimitation exercise through the back door. I want to very clearly make it clear to him that the delimitation exercise is not a backdoor exercise that the BJP is doing. This is a constitutional mandate of Article 81 and 82. We are only purely following what the Constitution asks us to do. There are three primary articles that govern the exercise that we are now conducting, Speaker, sir. Article 81, Article 82, and Article 330A of the Constitution, which provides for women reservation. Let us examine all the three articles briefly and summarily to understand what the articles essentially say. The first article, 81, determines the total number of seats. It also says that the total number of seats meant to the Lok Sabha, the House of People, must be divided across the country in such a manner that the ratio between the number of total seats and the population of the state is, so far as practicable, the same for all states. This is the first requirement. The second requirement of Article 81 is that within the states, the territorial constituencies shall be divided in such a manner that the ratio between the population of each constituency and the number of seats allotted is, as far as practicable, same within the state. This is the mandate of the Article 81. Now, as you are aware, Speaker, sir, Article 81 and Article 82, by operation of the 42nd Amendment, which was carried forward again by 2001 Amendment, froze the number of seats in the Lok Sabha to 543 with a leeway to expand it to 550 seats. Why was this done? In 1997, when this was first discussed, the population in the country had not stabilized. Therefore, a compromise formula was taken that let us not put the southern states which have performed well in population control, let us not penalize them, let us freeze the number of seats. The same thing continued even in 2001. In 2001, while considering this bill, the then Law Minister, Arun Jaitley ji, said this to the floor of the House. He said the national population policy also envisages that the year 2026 shall be the year in which the population of the country would hopefully stabilize. Therefore, what was true till 2000 is sought to be frozen till the year 2026. That is, the year in which we anticipate, hopefully, that the population figure in the country would stabilize. This is